Hello, everybody. I am GM of Revan. You can call me Ann or Nadine, and I am here with some lovely people that you may or may not know from everywhere parts of the internet. And if you don't know them, then you have yet to meet their infamy, and you will tonight because they are infamous and notorious, and they're adventurers. And we're playing Ryuutama. We're going to find out all of the things that they do on the road. Um, you know what? I know exactly how we're going to do this. I'm going to set the scene for my players. And then as we set the scene, you will get to have the ability to introduce your characters and play around with the setting a little bit because we're getting to know the world as we go along. And as we do that, I will lay out exactly where you are on the road. And then we'll meander and do our checks because there are travel checks and there's all sorts of things that we get to explore. So, to start with, let me get my notes. Oh boy. In the realm of Pharrell, in which you all live, there is one truth, one common knowledge spread across all the ruins and the libraries of the world. This realm is protected by four dragons. They are the seasonal dragons. There is Koyu, the autumn dragon. There is Kazahana, the summer dragon. There is the winter dragon, Snowflake. And there is the spring dragon. Uh, Her name is Hane. We are at the start of fall, of autumn, the season of Koyu. And as all of you are gathering together, you are travelers on this path. You are set amongst a campsite on your way within the Sky Islands of Ilmarinen. You're headed towards the Skyport, where you will be taking an airship to another town. However, it's still a bit of a trek. These islands are floating far up in the clouds, overlooking the distant shores below. It can get really windy and cold up here. So, travel tends to be filled with finding the right cover. And usually, that cover is within some of the little towns and valleys and ruins. All four of you know each other very well. You have traveled together for some time now, for at least a year. So you have a good understanding of what everybody's quirks are. And it is the morning of basically one more day of travel before you reach the skyport. The dew on your canvas tents is heavy because you're up in the sky, you're up in the clouds. It's hard to sometimes keep the moisture off. A little bit of magic here and there to kind of clean it off, but it's always going to be present. Apart from the once in a while strange cause of the sky lizards that tend to flit and float with some of their pretty little wings, that drift off through the sky, following the clouds, and sometimes eating a seagull or two. That's neither here or there. Just they like them. You are by yourselves together, except for one person. We're gonna drift over to the player, Destin Moon, to introduce themselves as the player and the character that they're playing because it is morning. The sun is out, the clouds are fluffy, and the road seems good for now.
If it's morning, that means it's time for breakfast. So, my character, Leslie, also known as Les, he loves cooking. So obviously, he's not going to skip the most important meal of the day. And he is making breakfast with his Grams mixing bowl. What does everyone want?
No one's up yet. What are you making, Les?
Well, just think probably something like pancakes, because then it's easy. Because you got like flour and stuff that's easy that's not gonna spoil. Just mixing it up. Got it over a fire. Probably smells delicious. If I do say
Absolutely.
so myself.
Like the batter itself is starting to feel good. You can hear the little sizzle and a little bit of a pop here and there. Anything else you're making for us for breakfast?
Are there any like berry bushes nearby?
Absolutely. You've been looking around for some time, and yeah, there's a couple of berry bushes nearby. Some of the berries have already fallen because of the gusts of wind, but the sky berries are still there's a couple of skyberry bushes near, and if you douse it, you know that it'll make a nice, lovely, fluffy, and soft and sweet sky syrup or
Perfect.
garnish if you wish.
Perfect. He's definitely gonna get some of those berries.
Hmm. What does Leslie look like?
So Leslie is a big old half orc. He's green, covered in scars. He's got an eye patch. Today it's on his left eye, and he's got a big old spork nearby. About it's about probably 3 feet. It's a big spork.
Big spork.
Big spork.
Because you are crafting some breakfast, do you want to make the first roll of the evening?
Sounds good.
So you will be rolling your strength, which is a D8, it looks like, and your dexterity, which is a D6. So you roll both and then you add the numbers, and that'll be the total.
That would be an 8.
I mean, it's a little bit lumpy, but you just need to crisp it up a little bit more, but it'll be perfect.
Top.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you're down to the wire. You do need to get to the next town because this is your last pancake batter. Like it's the last of the bit of flour that you were able to get. And you need to get going soon. Who would you
All right,
want to
then as
wake?
it gets close to as it gets close to being done, I'm gonna wake up Andy first because I am determined. I will get them to eat something and they will like it.
Thank you so much. Did you introduce who you are to the people?
Oh, I helped Andy make their character. I
No,
know all about
who
Andy.
you are, who you are.
You, the player, you.
Oh, why haven't we been?
You're so pretty.
Never insult
I'm
anyone
okay,
with
my
a
brain is
reference, though.
Oh, we've been best friends since kindergarten. I'm allowed to call her pretty.
Sorry. So I need to. Okay, apologies. Hi, I'm Destin Moon. This is my
And-
first time D&D streaming. In case you couldn't tell.
Thank you, Moon. That was a lovely introduction to Leslie and their beautiful skyberry pancakes. The last of this journey.
Oh,
As you
we gotta
wait,
hydrate.
oh, I need water. Oh well.
I forgot to get liquid.
What?
Yes, same
This is
here.
technically the second hydrate. I redeemed a hydrate the moment we went live.
I drank both of them. It's duh. I need more
I
water.
brought some Moon's hydration fluid.
Here we go. That was great. I love drinking air.
Delicious.
It's delicious. It's yummy.
My cat also hydrated.
It's the dew from the morning because we're in the sky.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, you wake up Andy, who hasn't. Does Andy sleep?
No, Andy doesn't. So Andy wouldn't even be asleep. Andy pretends to sleep to get in the tent just to read and be alone. Just like reading in the book. I was just like, oh no. Like, it's like when you were a kid and you were playing with your Nintendo or something and your parents came and you hide it underneath your pillow and you pretend to sleep. That's what Andy does. Because if they don't, they know Leslie will be like, all right, you're helping me with breakfast. And they do not cook. They cook because it's a science, but they don't cook.
One second, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was on mute. All right, so we're good. We're good. So you hear Leslie's footfalls outside of your canvas tent. You know they're coming for you.
Oh,
What does Andy look like in this moment? And also, please introduce yourself as the player and the character that you are, and what your character looks like, even though it's on the screen.
hi, my name is Geek Baker, also known as Allison. I've been working with Logomancy for a while now. I've been working a lot for Roll for Wishes. I will be playing the character Andy. Andy is a doctor. Andy does not believe in magic. They only believe in science. They are right now sitting on the bed reading their science textbook that they have worn down the pages, but keep on reading, trying to absorb the information. One thing I forgot to mention is Andy is a walking, talking skeleton. Andy is around 5'5", don't know what their gender are. They don't really care. They wear a lab coat and a gray sweater underneath with a big round glasses that are taped up by the side of their skull. Their eyes are like a purplish pink, and they have one giant crack on their left socket, just cracking down their jaw. Andy is about doesn't believe in magic, does not believe in magic, only believes in science. They are right now they hear the footsteps and they just shivers down a spine, but legit you can see the shivers down a spine with Andy as you see shivers down the spine, and they're just like, oh no, 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 no. So they take their textbook, shove it in their bag, and they're gonna try to sneak out of the back of the tent because Andy doesn't eat. Andy has no smell, so can't taste, can't do anything like that. So all that happens is that they sit at a table like a toddler. You're gonna eat that food, and Andy's just like, I can't. I legit can't. So Andy is gonna try to sneak out so they don't have the whole sitting at the table refusing to eat the food thing. So it's gonna open up the back of the tent and just start crawling out of it with their herb pouches and everything.
Please roll your stealth. In this situation, that would be somewhat of a weakness for you because you will be rolling a d4 for your strength. So 1d4 and 1d6.
Oh, I was hoping intelligence. I was legit. I'm being smart. I'm sneaking out the back. I'm not going to the front.
Yes, but there is some physicality to this.
That's a 7.
It's a little bit difficult as you scramble out of the tent through the back of portion of the tent. Obviously, this particular tent has two sides to it. One is the one where Leslie's going towards, and the other is conveniently somewhat closed off because you've got a couple of bags filled with books that need to go back into the cart, but they're in your way. And Leslie, you can hear a bit of a clattering of bones.
Andy.
It just
You're not
freezes.
throwing away before breakfast.
Shit. As their pants on, I was just like,
Make it grab Ram's pancakes.
I can't. They're like cement in my bones. And Andy's just gonna take one of their books. It's like an old romance novel that they have because they do enjoy reading the other ones, and they're gonna take it and they're just gonna be like, I'm so sorry, and is gonna throw it at one of the other tents to make it look like they went over there.
Okay. Between my other two lovely players,
No.
who wants to get kind of disrupted by a heavy thick tome about an old romance between a half-orc and a dragon?
I mean, I'm down.
Eventually hit with
So,
romance.
unless you would like it.
No, you can take it. I want to see where this goes, especially because of your character.
Pretty much just help me.
The book flies out from the back of the tent. I would ask you to make another D4 and D6 roll if you wish to see how successful you can thunk against another tent. That sounds weird. I'm sorry, but yes,
Can I also make a roll to see if I notice the book flying?
absolutely. You would make a check using your intelligence and your intelligence, so a D4.
So I got a max of 10.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a 4.
Your bones are in danger.
I'm in danger.
Your,
Oh no.
your bones are in danger. There's a loud thunk against. Actually, it hit really well. The comfy part of where you're sleeping, Vixie, for your
Mhm, yeah.
character, um, suddenly gets a very. You know how cats get startled very easily
Yes.
when they're very comfortable, and then something heavy and loud and
Yep.
thoughtless
Yep.
smacks against them, and they're like, I did not ask for this. That is exactly what you feel, as you also hear, because you're very, very perceptive on this matter. You have been listening
Mhm.
half-heartedly to the sounds of your companions that you've been traveling with for the past
Right.
year.
All you hear is as she wakes up and like gets out of bed, like she grabs the book and like very rather calmly for almost being assaulted with a book, comes outside and says, I was trying to sleep. What is this?
Just dead eye stare, just like mouthing, help me, please.
She's like, I don't have my face on yet. I can't deal with this. And she just turns around and goes back in the tent. Because she's just woke up. She's got to get ready. I'm sorry. Also,
you.
there's better romance novels, okay?
It's what I have. Shit.
Large, big romance novels are only going to get you so far. Period romance? What is this?
On the cover, that is there. It's embroidered a half orc holding a dragon, quite elegantly in a dance formation. Beautiful dress on the dragon, while their wings are above. The embroidery is a little bit faded and worn out, and parts of it, like it's a very well read old book. Pixie, if you could please introduce yourself and then your character, because no one knows you apart from what's on the image.
I'm out of a tent right now. Hi, everybody. My name is Vixie Bell, and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the Logomancy table tonight. And my character, who so flamboyantly made her entrance, is named Aria Legato, a feline minstrel here in the world of Ryuutama.
Fantastic. As we continue the scene, the next tent over, your last and final companion, it has been sleeping rather peacefully. What does Ariel look like as they come out of their tent now that they have been rudely awakened?
Arya, like having walked back into the tent after being rudely awakened with the book, is like comes back out. Still has like she has managed to put the book away, like it's in a pouch somewhere. She hasn't given the book back, and is adjusting her hat. She has a beautiful red hat. All of her clothing is very bright. It's reds and blues. She has puffin slash sleeves and is very much the iconic image of a minstrel or a bard, depending on which game you're playing. She has the look of a Siamese cat, who was, if you saw him earlier, my cat is a Siamese cat. That is what she looks like, with beautiful blue eyes, the beautiful brown patches of fur across the front of the face, brown ears, and several piercings in her ears, as well as she has I forgot what the one is called, where you have it right in between your nose, right here.
Septum?
What? Yeah,
Septum?
Septum. She has a septum one right in her nose as well. Her delicate paws are very carefully manicured, and it's very apparent that her focus is on performance. And she has her heirloom lute strapped over her back.
As you walk back into your tent, you do notice that the other member in your party has not yet awoken or arisen or has even realized the footfalls of Leslie, who did see, in fact, the book hit the side, as well as a hapless wrist made out of bone limply fall down a little bit and scuttled this way. Next, throughout all of this, what is your character doing, Blackwell?
I think Thatcher was first awakened by the smell of food, but then he kind of knew what was about to happen. He's been with these folks for a year, and he loves hearing the catastrophe that's happening outside, and he's getting himself done up, pressed and pristine, because this is a man that is about fabulous and looking good, and he refuses to look hideous when he first awakens to the world. So after he hears like all the turmoil and the like outside, I think we've all seen Emperor's New Groove, right?
Yes.
Where Cusco comes busting out of the door. That's essentially what happens when he gets out of his tent. He just throws it open, do-rag on nice and tight around his head. His vest is a little bit open. He has like a shirt under as well. That's open a little bit. Jacket tied around his waist. He has like this pirate kind of get up, but modern day pirate, as the sun kind of just hits him a little bit. And it's like, why are you so handsome? Why? There's no reason for this. And he just kind of looks out at his friends and he's just like, well, aren't y'all a lively bunch this morning?
Your total handsome self appears before everyone. Do you mind also introducing yourself as a player?
Yes. Hey everyone, my name is Blackwell. I am the everyman of the TTRPG D&D verse. I'm just here to show you that, hey, a regular dude like me can do this, and y'all can do this too. I'm married. I have a son. You can do this, play some games with some cool people, and then do this again. What is it? Another day? You'll see me on the Logan Mancy channel playing Frontier Adventuring Company, and you'll see me popping around all over different kind of streams doing various things.
Fantastic. The morning passes a little bit here and there, assuming that you are all deciding to eat and make merry. You do have time to talk and chat as breakfast comes in, because Leslie, you are on a mission. You've been on a mission this morning before you must all travel towards the skyport.
I'm so ready for these skyberry pancakes. Very much like the cat. Like, you know how when you don't feed your cats and they're like, "Meow, meow, meow," like she's ready. Like she wants to. She's ready. Like it's got to be her first. She will eat the pancakes for. Sorry, I got names mixed up. She will eat the pancakes for the skeleton, if allowed. So.
I feel like there's like we switch back and forth between who's getting our skeleton's friend's pancake just so we can appease Leslie. Like, yeah, they ate it, and it's just like, yep, they ate it all right.
So good.
The pancake. Sorry. Go on.
I don't think Leslie falls for it, considering every morning he's like, I'm gonna make it today. Today's the day. I'm gonna make Andy eat. He's gonna like it. Because I can't trust a man who doesn't eat.
Yeah.
Or I can't trust a skeleton that doesn't eat.
Like, to be fair, the skeleton. Okay.
This interaction continues, of course, for the morning. I would say make a concentration as you stare at Andy very carefully, picking at the pancakes in front of them very carefully. So maybe we could do a dice off. Both of you, let's see here. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Yeah, this is going to be a bit rough, but it'll be fine. It's fine. Leslie, roll a d4 plus a d4. This is your intelligence. And Andy will roll their d8 um, because they're pretty decent at you know, having done this right by now. Let's make you roll a d8 for your intelligence and a d6 for how fast um you can go, and then Leslie will roll a d6 to see how quickly they can spot what Andy is doing, and a d4 to understand where Andy has put things.
Is there a way to help Andy?
Pardon me?
I don't know that Andy needs help. I only rolled 4.
Eating the pancakes like Andy's pancakes for Andy.
Absolutely. What would you like to do to help Andy in this particular situation with Leslie watching them very carefully? Oh, am I muted?
I feel like there's a distraction that needs to come into play here. Like
Yes.
how they're
Yeah.
distracted, like, oh look, oh my god, is that another skyberry tree? Eats pancake, like something along those lines.
Is there a hair in my food?
Sure. Okay. What I'll do is I'll give you a d8 to roll for your dexterity to see how quickly you can snatch it. And we'll see what happens. So I'll start first with Andy, and then I'll start first. Yeah, I'll start first with Andy. Then we'll check in on Leslie. Then we'll see how well Arya is able to grab that pancake. Or do that distraction if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yep.
So Andy, I made you do an intelligence roll to see if you can quickly assess whether or not you can uh, uh, pull a fast one on Leslie, and then a dexterity check as well to see if you can quickly pull a fast one on Leslie. So, what did you get when you combined those two?
I was muted. I've been saying 6 for a bit now, and I haven't
Oh.
actually. 6.
I
I got
Computer, it
a
doesn't
6.
count.
It's six. A six. Okay. We got a 6. Total of 6.
Let's get
Okay.
another hydrate.
Yep.
I don't have
can't
any
change.
water right now.
It wasn't me, but I came prepared, fully expecting to have to hydrate as a repercussion for my previous life choices.
I will drink a.
Hydrate, I'll forget.
I'll if we can get a break at some point, I will grab water next time.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so 6 is for Andy. Okay, so your target number, Leslie, is to beat a 6.
I got 4.
Okay, great. Arya,
I rolled a 6 on my die.
the pancake was there and it is gone.
Them cat-like reflexes.
1 minute you heard Arya say, "Look over there, more skyberries." Next minute, oh, Andy definitely 1000% finished everything on that plate.
She just whispers, "Thank you. I can't do it again."
Could I maybe lift up Leslie's mood by like pulling out a map and just coming up to him and be like, I remember this town right here. They had a ton of different ingredients, the food, the smells, delectable, enchanting. I remember there was a cooking contest here as well.
Why?
I feel like you can do something better than what those folks there did.
Why are we going to Skyport then? Why aren't we going to that town?
Oh, we could make a stop there if you want, my friend. I mean, where else are we gonna go?
Gotta go where the food is.
I like how
Go
you
where
think.
the food is.
You can't go on an adventure without some food in your stomach.
He's like,
Don't say anything.
You are an exception, my skeleton friend. A lovely exception at that. We appreciate all that you do.
"All right." I hope there's no more crazy chefs to feed me there.
actually, you may be able to help them out. I've seen you cook a little bit. Maybe you could put a little twist, a little spin on their culinary art.
Are you saying what I do is cooking?
I mean, it's an art form, and science is an art form, is it not?
Andy's very busy reading this large print romance novel, and she takes it out of her pouch and like.
I don't know that book. I
Oh.
don't know it. I have
Well-
no idea what you mean.
Let me see
There's
that
a
book real quick.
Do I notice that she's reading a romance book with an orc on it?
Yeah, both of you can see that. But
I
like
just
it's
look at her
on
and
the
go,
cover.
don't get any
I'm sure I
ideas.
thought you had a thing for Viagen, but apparently you like him big all around, huh?
I don't know. I don't like any type of, like, you see like the bones getting flustered, like, it's a good book, okay? It's funny.
We all have the
plot.
things we're into. It's okay. Tell me about the story. Like I would like to know about this.
And it's like,
Gotta be some plot, right?
Which conversations, please? just holding their skill, like, just like, oh dear God, I threw the wrong book. I'm sorry.
No, you're saying that there's other books that you could have thrown out. What other books you got?
Biology, but that's actually a really nice book. That's a great book. I have,
You see a bio book? Wait, 1 second. Did you say a bio book?
yeah.
Does it have anatomy?
What? Okay, sorry. Bio book. It you know what? That was a good joke. I'm not gonna go into that.
There's a lot of medical textbooks. In some medical textbooks, the cover has been taken off and put over romance novels. No one knows.
Ooh, no,
Because
wait,
Andy,
hold on.
like, secretly loves like the really trashy romance. They aren't sexual. They don't care about it, but they like reading about romance and everything like that. They're just like this. If it's so bad, it's good, but it's just like, I can never tell anybody because I am a doctor and scientist. No one must know my shame. Like,
Oh,
finding the
God.
book and they're like, oh
think
no.
This is,
I can see
this
the
is when
cover.
science fell in love, so I had to prove it vibes.
Yes.
It's like one of those old fantasy romance novels. Dudes on the horse, no shirt. Girls
Oh,
on the
yeah.
horse with
Yeah, like when the like
Harlequin.
title called Scoundrel or something like
God.
the trashiest of the trash.
In fact, one of the
Cat
books
wants to know
that-
if you're an Akatar girly. If Andy's an Akatar girly.
Andy doesn't know their gender. Like, they know what it used to be, but they don't care about gender anymore because they're skeletons. So they're just Andy.
Are they an
Rather
Akatar
than being a
being?
girly pop, you are now a cake pop.
I love it.
we're gonna move forward.
Now I need to fill him with
Okay.
cake. I need to fill him with
We're
cake
gonna,
now.
we're gonna move forward. I feel like your physical condition for the day. So this is one of the journey rules that is part of the game. Everybody will roll a strength and a spirit. So you will roll your stat for your strength, and you'll roll a stat for your spirit. Because you had breakfast, you will be able to add one extra dice, whichever it is that you are lowest in terms of a stat. I'm allowing that if you'd like, to
Andy still get
determine.
that?
Pardon?
'Cause Andy didn't eat. Andy didn't eat.
Andy doesn't have to. Andy doesn't have to.
Andy's embarrassed. Andy wants to go crawl up in a corner and just
However, their spirit has been their secret shame has been revealed somewhat. So you can roll 2 spirits for me to see what your morale is for the day.
Do we add up the dice or do we take the highest?
Yes, you have to add up the dice.
Okay, so it's 4, 4, 8, 9 for Arya.
9, great.
Leslie has an 11.
11,
I got a 13.
nice. Everybody's in high spirits after
Andy-
breakfast.
Andy got a 10.
Everybody's in a pretty high spirits after that. It was a good jaunt. I mean, obviously Leslie hasn't caught on that Arya and Thatcher have been helping Andy throughout this whole entire adventure and journey so far. But that's neither here or there. At least no one has seen the other books that you have kept hidden away in bags in your tent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
With that said, we're going to do the next part of the journey rules, which is a travel check. The whole party will determine how much trouble. Oh, you guys as the travelers, because you guys are travelers, will have on your path. So that means if the terrain is going to be difficult getting to the skyport, and whether or not the weather is going to be something to contend with, because right now it's up here in the sky islands of Ilmarinen. You guys have been traveling through basically what feels like pasture land in the sky with beautiful trees and some sky lizards and strange flora and fauna everywhere. It's beautiful up here. And it's one of the reasons why you were up here to explore, because there were some older ruins. In order to get to the skyport, however, there is an old town made of mechanical pieces and parts, some of them looking like old, gigantic, robotic sort of limbs, old mecha that doesn't work anymore, that has rusted over with time. And now that nature is coming over and taking over these old robotic places. And this is one of the places you're going through. You're trying to figure out whether or not you can basically pass through one set of these ruins before you get to the skyport. So what I'll do is, for this one, is I can get two people who feel like they are both strong and dexterous to kind of lead the party through these ruins.
Dexterous is my highest stat. Or dex.
Okay.
Strength is my highest, and then Dex.
Ooh, I'll let you take that, Vixie, because my highest is intelligence.
My highest is intelligence too.
Yeah. So, I
Beauty.
think
My
it's
highest
Vixie
with
and I
the
then.
skeleton is not strong.
We got the brains, the brawn, and everybody else. Great.
So Moon and Vixie, you will both make a strength and dexterity check, and then we will I will tell you what it is.
So 7 on the
Well,
die.
That's
11?
That's
11?
cool.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a 7 on the die for
7.
Aria.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then
Yes, I
Leslie,
rolled 4.
a 4. All
I
right.
rolled 2 twos.
So, in terms of the target numbers I had in my head, because there are target numbers that kind of help with this, it looks like at some point through this adventure, there is a passage in between these old mechanical ruins where you see, for those of you who have read the literature at some point or are interested in these kinds of things, because treasure tends to be in these kinds of ruins. You've noticed that one of the joints are kind of this way, and you know how sometimes you go into a museum or a library and you see like those rib cages from whales or dinosaurs.
Mhm.
So one of these old mechanical joints have kind of come up across this way, bent over to some degree, but you hear a creaking sound coming from that joint. This terrain might be a little bit more difficult than you anticipated initially, just because as you pass through, you get past that jointed arm a little bit, and that's fine. But then as you rise over the hill, Leslie will find themselves stumbling over something rather quickly, and you see that a leg has come up, and so now you have to climb up the leg of this old mechanical creature that has fallen and is now covered with moss and flora and fauna that have just taken over. You have to kind of climb over this pretty much metal thing to get to the other side. And then from there, you can see the path kind of meander, but it's a steep climb. The incline of this metal thing, it's rather steep for what it is, and you don't see a very good purchase for where you go. On either side of the jointed knee, there are jagged rocks. So it looks like other people have used this, most likely with some sort of cart or a carriage, to kind of climb over. Now, we have not established if you have a cart or a carriage.
I actually have a pack animal. One moment. Yep. I have a pack animal. Carry capacity 15.
So, what does your pack animal look like?
I feel
Looks like
my
breakfast.
brain wants to say it's like, you know what? It's a camel.
It's a camel. Okay.
It's a camel. It got like camels have the most personality, and it's just like it's there. His name is you know what? What is his name?
Is this a mechanical camel, or is this a real camel? Because if it's a mechanical camel, it can turn into a mech.
My brain wants to say that let's do a little mixture. It's like a cyborg camel. Like, you know, some accidents have happened and we kind of had to full metal our way with him. So it's
Full
like it's
metal
got
camel. Got it.
Full
it's like
metal
Gotten
camel.
hungry and cut off a limb every now and then.
I did that on a shirt.
Oh boy.
not Stella the camel getting cut up.
Oh no.
This
Oh
got real dark
no.
real
Real
fast.
fast.
Ah.
We have a cyborg camel. His name is what?
We're gonna call her Stella. We're gonna call her Stella.
Stella.
It's like Stella for Star.
Stella takes one look at that thing, looks at you, and you know how in anime and cartoons, the eyes went from beautiful big anime eyes to straight across, not impressed, dots, looking over at you, going, no.
As it is a camel, I also picture
just
her like
no.
spitting on him.
You
Camels
see
are known
it?
to spit.
You see them kind of chew a little bit, and then right in front of your foot. Sniffs a little bit and goes over to where Leslie is, because they start nudging Leslie, because they know that Leslie has the good stuff.
That's for later.
No, now, as you feel a nudge going towards you.
Do I still
It's
have some
on-
of those skyberries left over from this morning?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I have some in my hand, and I try and like lure Stella over to where we want her to go with the skyberries. Here, camel. Here, camel. Come on, Stella. Come on.
Never understood that camel. The way they treat me, the way they treat them. But you know what? They happy. I'm not mad. They're happy.
So you're leading Stella, so you can make another travel check. That will be your strength and your spirit for Moon. You know where to go, kind of, but I need the two people who are intelligent folks for a direction check, please.
Okay.
So both of you will roll your
Another
intelligence. 4? Okay. So you stumble over
Yeah.
because you're not quite sure exactly where you have to go, but you lead them enough to a position. We will get to that in a second, while we have Andy and Thatcher roll their intelligent score twice, please.
Ooh, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I got
14.
only an 8. I got 7 and a 1. That's sad.
Got an 8 and a 6, so a 14.
Only an 8, you say to the person who's rolled 4 twice using a D8 and a 6.
So we'll just use, because the way this works is it's one target, one traveler, and one person may support them. So in this particular situation, you've been supporting Thatcher for the directions this whole time, but Thatcher's pretty good at figuring certain things out. They do ruins, they're treasure hunters. You watch Leslie lead this cyborg camel with skyberries, and I don't know how you want to solve that interaction with each other on that end, but something did happen where Leslie kind of stopped a little bit, and the skyberries that were in their head are no more.
Is Stella chasing after the skyberries?
No, they ate it.
The bribe is gone.
The bribe is gone. As Stella looks over towards Thatcher once more, and Thatcher, you see a little bit of a. If camels could smile, that is what Stella's looking at. Like, see, this is how you're supposed to treat me as a camel.
You happy,
like a
girl?
crabby smile.
You got fed. You
You
doing
see
better
her-
now?
You see them trot over to you, and then they wait.
You good now? All right. That's a good girl. You doing good. It's all right. We'll be out here in a moment. You're doing good. You're doing good.
I have a question. Because I am playing a cat.
Yes.
Cats are notorious for having a climbing speed.
Yes.
I think I want to see if I would love to see if Arya can like just start climbing while this situation with the camel is happening. Just
Yes.
if she can. Like-
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go with your dexterity twice.
Okay. I got 2d8s. Let's go. That's an 8 and a 2 for a 10.
For a 10. You do find that there is some difficulty coming up onto this metal like beam essentially. Because it's like it starts off nice and gentle and then goes straight up.
Okay.
And as it goes straight up, you find that you're like stuck in with one of the rivets because there's a huge giant rivet kind of there. It's about the size of like it's a good foothold. Like
Okay.
it's enough that you could just stop there. But then you look up and it just goes on and on and on. Versus Stella, who part of Stella has been converted to carry different people, different bags, and things like that. They're pretty strong, pretty well behaved for the most part when given food. And you see Stella plod along just behind you rather easily, annoyingly, very easily. Still chewing.
I think Arya just acts like a cat that got stuck in a tree when she gets stuck on the rivet. She's like, I'm stuck.
Oh no.
Andy's just gonna look up and go, oh,
It's
no.
your turn, Andy. I got legato down the last time.
All right, it's
Nope.
okay.
I'm not. This pretty face can't get scratched again.
Okay.
Can I go over and hold up like the smooth end of like the handle end of my battle spork to give maybe her something to grab to try and climb back down?
Oh yeah,
Battle sport.
absolutely. Yes, let's do this. Do 2 strength for Leslie, and we'll do a strength and a dexterity actually for Arya because it will require some sort of body movement to A, grab onto the spork, and B, pull yourself back onto Stella.
You said two strength?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Then that is a 9.
Nice.
Just one dex, right?
Yes.
One dex roll. That's a 6 for Arya.
Sweet.
And we have another
Oh.
hydrate.
Hey.
I have no more water, so that I can't.
Yes, if possible, in 1 minute.
Oh no! Did you hear that godlike voice that just came out of nowhere?
Do not look at the man behind the curtain.
Oh, that doesn't
Whoa,
help us.
damn.
No, I look crazy.
Voices in our heads at this point.
God, is that you?
You can hear him too.
Will do. As we hear the sudden voice of the elemental plane in our heads, all 4 of you make it onto Stella with the sport kind of dragging a little bit. It just makes that scratching sound of metal against metal. Ever so often, Arya, you're clutching onto this sport handle, and you're trying to also climb back on top of Stella, but it's a little bit difficult as your weight and the spork meet the metal. And basically Leslie is backwards like a fish with this basically riding on this camel with a spork behind this cyborg camel, and you feel the bump and the bump as it goes plodding up. And we will take a break there.
Yay!
I can get water.
Thank you. Oh, invisible voices inside our heads. Oh, powerful Wizard of Oz. May you please change the scene so we may hydrate ourselves and cleanse ourselves. And I don't know what I'm doing.
And make sure Red Shine doesn't
We
actually
will be
cry.
back in 5 minutes, if that's okay with everybody.
Cool.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. I think we're back. Are we
Hi.
live? Hi. How is everybody doing?
The voice in our head said we were live, so I'm guessing the
Oh,
voice is
Going with that.
correct.
oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
This
The
can be
element of
live.
playing. Okay. Um, so last time we went before our break, our adventurers were climbing up a metal, basically a leg made of metal. Uh, there was enough purchase for all of them on a camel named Stella, although there is a cat currently holding on for somewhat dear life behind them on a spork, being held by our resident chef Orc. Um, as you continue to climb up this mountain, at some point the divots kind of the rivets kind of just pause a little bit in between, and then there's a flat part that you can kind of not necessarily stop. It's not a ledge that you can actually fully stop, but it's enough that uh Arya, you're able to basically get back on properly, and you the poor
Amazing.
spork that Leslie has, is this made out of wood or metal?
This spork is metal.
Metal. Part of the back of where the shiny part of the spork is scratched up and scuffed, rather roughly. Um, a portion of it needs to be
Perfect anyway.
reshined. Yeah,
Been
usually
through
you.
some tavern brawls.
Pardon me.
It's been through some tavern brawls.
Mm. You see that
Beating
it's
people
got a
up.
good scratch on it for sure from from the situation, and as you manage to
Like
keep going.
scrambles up the spork and like
Mhm.
literally like dive bombs Leslie like with that sound that cats make when they're like stressed, like the
Also, we had a hydrate chat.
ah.
Good thing we got water.
We're gonna have to take another break just to go pee. Just saying.
If I can hold it, you guys can too. I'm like 9 months pregnant.
She's so Arya clutches Leslie and is like, "Ah, I could have died. What? Ah. And she like shakes herself off.
But did you?
No, I did not.
Ah,
Shake it up.
Legato, always panicking. It's good to see that you still got your wits about you.
She's like licking her
I'm going to
paws,
say
like to
builds
try to like
character.
get herself, get herself all like composed. And she's like, I'm not panicking. I was simply stressed.
If it makes you feel better to say that, that's okay.
Just
That's
because I have
okay.
a delicate constitution doesn't mean you have to poke fun at me, okay?
Listen. We'll
Which
find you a mirror to help you get yourself done up again whenever you panic.
is there an
Strap.
equivalent to catnip in this world? And would I have access to it?
Well, can I have access to it because I am the healer and I have a herb bottle?
You can both make checks. One of you can make an intelligence check, and one of you can make a spirit check.
Catnip.
I'll make a spirit check.
Okay.
That is a 7.
Okay.
3.
Leslie, unfortunately, all of your catnip has disappeared for some odd reason. There is a bit of slobber on the catnip bottle that may or may not be from two individuals. One you're writing, and the other one you just helped. However, Mandy, you have a good stash.
And he's like, just like hoarding the stash, just like it's in their coat, and they're just like, are they panicked enough for this?
You look at them. Are they panicked enough for this? As you finally reach the top of this long metallic mountaintop, and you can see everything. And you have to pause for a moment. As everywhere you can look and see, it's just beautiful pasture land and countryside. And just further down this pathway of this strange metal leg that has been bent over, you see it. The pathway goes up, and you see the skyport gleaming in the distance. It's about an hour's journey away by Stella. Not Camel, by Stella, just to be respectful.
How are we all fitting on this camel, though?
I don't know, but it sounds like you all are.
Stella got room. Stella got upgraded. Like they,
Like, I'm imagining that Arya is like glomped onto me, like just like legs around the waist, arms around, just like clutching to me for dear life.
Yes. This is correct. Like any cat would cling to someone for dear life when they think they're going to fall off something.
I imagine there's like seats on the side of Stella because part cyborg, body parts had to get replaced, and so at some point the party was probably like, you know what, we need some seats.
Expandable humps.
So what we did was pimp my ride, but camel edition.
Yes, that's why Stella's so sassy. Like we pimped her out. She got the right to be sassy.
Exhibit rolled up like, let me pimp your camel, bro.
I just think that
Stella.
Andy's
Sorry.
just sitting in one of the chairs, just reading a book, like one of their medical textbooks, just reading
Legs
it.
crossed.
Happening.
Medical
Like-
textbooks.
It's a medical textbook or medical textbook? Is there a
They've only
clause
been
for this
caught with
medical textbook?
they've only been caught with one, so I think they're reading their medical
Is
textbook.
it an illustrated medical textbook?
This is legit their medical textbook. Just like chilling there, just like just shaking their head. It's like, all right.
I feel like Thatcher would be the one that's kind of like steering Stella. Like, anytime Stella tries to go off somewhere, it's like, no, come on, girl. Not that way. I know you think you smell something, but nope.
Oh,
no,
you
you
know how we
didn't.
could pass the time with a song. She starts singing. Well, she's like, well, no, I can't just start singing. I got to get warmed up. But if we start singing, the journey will go faster. And so she starts warming up. It's actually not bad. She knows what she's doing. She's a minstrel. So she's like, she starts warming up. She's like, sing legato, sing smooth, all that stuff. I didn't warm up, so I don't want to horrify anyone. But
Leslie pulls out some spoons from his bag and starts slapping them on his knee.
stop. Go.
The journey is made light with the music that is created on Stella, and there is a gleam in the distance, a shiny metallic gleam. Thatcher, I need you to make an intelligence check for me. In fact, let me just make sure that I see what it is. Yes. Let's make a hunting roll, shall we? You are a treasure hunter. Please, can you make me a hunting roll using your dexterity and your intelligence?
Yeah, let me see what I can do. Ooh, that's good. That is a 8 plus 4. That's a 12.
12. With a 12, you see it. It's this gleaming, not quite a sword or a weapon or anything of that nature. No, no, no. It's a gleaming chest that's just kind of been pushed and propped up against a part of the rivets that now, as you're climbing down on the other side, going back onto the pathway, it has just been awkwardly pushed up against a wall. And then you don't see anybody nearby. However, you do hear with your keen senses, because this is something you have to do, voices talking from around a partition of metal ruins nearby. And the closer you get, it's one of those shiny airships that people in the islands like to use. And these skyships are made of like almost like a sleek silver metal, not quite what you have with Stella at the moment, but they are the ones that they use to surf through. And you see that it's just anchored in these ruins, and then you hear a couple of voices the more you continue along the path.
Hmm. I mean, we could make a little quick stop, gang. What do y'all think? That treasure over there looking a little nice down there.
I'm sorry, doesn't that just scream, I don't know, trap?
It
For
might scream trap.
anybody else.
I think it screams rare herbs and ingredients. I'm in.
I think it screams something that me and Stella can handle. Did you think you can handle this, girl? If it's a trap, how you feeling about it, girl?
You hear a and you hear the quick trot as they don't gallop, but they trot more quickly than usual, as if Stella is saying, "Are you kidding me? You think that I am slower than that piece of new shiny metal? Please." And it's just like the sass on their face as they trot, and then they do a complete stop in front of wherever it is that you're pointing at. And you see the crick of their neck go back. Their eyes look towards Thatcher and go,
Nice job, girl. Nice job, girl. Keep on.
Like, ah! Just like when they stop, they're like, I'm still not used to that.
I think, I mean, Arya's fine
Yep.
because she's still clinging to Leslie, but she's like looking up at the ship, like, "Ooh, shiny."
We didn't put seatbelts on the Stella yet. That's another upgrade.
Leslie pulls out a biscuit and gives it to Stella.
Good thing
Oh,
the fantasy DMV
Stella.
didn't catch us.
Stella takes it. Stella will grab the biscuit and then just nuzzle into Leslie, and then look at Thatcher like, "What you got?"
Hold on. Let me see what I got, girl. I kind of look at my back, like through my packs.
I also know it is a homemade biscuit. Graham special recipe.
I think I got like a couple of apples, some syrup on there, and I'm like, all right, girl, all right. You're gonna run me out of my pockets with this. There you go.
The moment the biscuit hits the tongue, but then they see the apples and the syrup, Leslie, you see for the first time a very sheepish looking look on this cyborg camel's face as they plop a very wet biscuit onto the ground.
Girl, don't you even.
It plops
eat that
all the way down, and then the 1 second they were there, the next second there's no apple, there is no syrup. It's in the mouth.
See if
All right,
I ever
girl.
give you a treat yet.
So this is what we're gonna do. I need you to keep lookout for us. Someone comes sneaking up on us, just scream or trample them. You know what to do.
There's no look on Stella's face. They are enjoying the moment. And then after what looks like a minute, it looks like they've shoved the apple into the one side of their cheek and have bent down and picked up the wet biscuit to kind of mix flavors a little bit.
Oh,
That has
Yep.
dirt on it. Okay.
Yep, that's what camels do. That's what camels do.
Having
First,
said
second
that,
rule.
I think I'll hop off of Stella and, kind of peruse the area, see if there's anything that's making us say, trap.
Yeah, I think Andy just like climbs down like very carefully over Stella, like I don't want another fractured bone. I don't want another fractured bone. Jumps down and just walks over and just looks at this and be like, this just screams trap.
I think
I-
Les-
Arya's
Leslie
still
hops down and then extricates Arya from his body, just like,
yeah, because
also we have another hydrate.
And so like when Leslie removes her, she's like, because she fully like was just like, oh, I'm just gonna chill here, right? Nope.
Hydrate everybody.
You've been told that the arm bone is connected to the hydrate bone.
Okay.
I've like
please-
grabbed a second water bottle during the break, so that way when this one runs out, I'm ready.
Yes. Couple of things. When there was an abrupt stop, I just want to, just because I'm curious and I'm also kind of chaotic, I just want to know if a book fell out.
Oh no!
Yes.
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 So
And if it
this
fell-
is this is
He's
what
frustrated.
this is not in the Ryuutama rules. This is a GM of Revan /N wanting to be more chaotic than they probably should and should
No,
not be
this is
trusted.
really how chaotic
with
you
it.
should be.
Yeah, they should not be trusted. So I will roll a d20. And I will tell you the result as loudly as I can. I don't know how I can vouch for myself, but I will roll a d20. Someone call odds for yes, a book fell out, and someone call even for no.
I feel like that should be Andy's job because it is their books.
It
I'm
is
gonna
true.
say
And they will have no one to blame but themselves.
even. I have
even.
secret covers on them. Even there's no books fell out.
Andy can't even.
It's an
Very-
odd. God damn it!
It was an 18.
Ah!
Oh.
Any secret
Doesn't that mean that the book falls out on the
For a moment, you remember what has happened just at camp. But then you look over, it's just your medical book right there. Everything else is strapped into Stella in that one compartment that no one really goes into because it also smells like a lot of herbs and spices that no one really wants to get into.
I think at this point, like Andy goes up to Stella and being like, and just like secretly gives her some catnip, just like shh, shh. Good work.
Stella sniffs the catnip
Secret.
and then
Keep it
looks
safe.
at you, just looks at you and go, I don't do catnip.
I got an apple, but I need that for
Takes the
healing.
apple.
Ah, shit.
There goes the apple you tried so hard to buy.
Wait, did they just take a regular apple or did they take my healing apple?
They took a regular apple. You said you had an
Okay.
apple, so
Yep.
they took a regular apple. You keep the healing apples far away from Stella.
Yeah, yeah, the healing. No, thank you. Thank you, Stella. It just walks up to Thatcher. Camel's crazy, man.
Well, that's Stella in a nutshell, but you can't help but love her. Look at her. Like that's a piece of work right there. A nice
Alright.
piece of work.
Are we gonna go get some treasure?
I mean, after you, Agato.
It is pretty shiny up there.
The ship is beautiful. It's immaculate. It is enough to fit 10 people all along the starboard side of it. The sails are down, meaning they are parked. You see an anchor off to the side, and you do hear voices now. All of you will hear the voices on the other side of the wall, and you do hear chattering. Lots of chattering. More chattering than you understand, and some of the chattering sounds angry and huffy and a little bit under the weather. But the ship is there. There doesn't seem to be any markings to show that it belongs to anyone in particular. There's no name. It's just the ship is parked. It is just there. Now, on the whole, as adventurers, are you the kind of adventurers who would go to a parked vehicle and cause chaos? Or would you go around the corner and see who is making the racket before causing chaos? I just need to know which poison you would like to drink from.
I kind of want to see who's talking.
Yeah, Andy
Well,
hears
Leslie would go
sickness.
see who's
Like,
talking.
what's the tea here?
Yeah, Andy also hears like some sickness in the voice and is just like, all right, we gotta go check.
And then what's the literal tea that they might be drinking?
I think also in Thatcher's mind, it's like, if we're gonna take this, who we taking it from? Just in case. Like if we, just gotta be running a lot faster, or is it like, oh yeah, nah, we taking this, like, you're not good people. Give me that.
Absolutely. So you go ahead and you go around. I need to know who wants to do the listening and who wants to do the scouting. If there's anything else in the area. And you can divide yourselves if you want to do it so that one group goes to do the eavesdropping and the other to go check the area out. That might
I think
help.
Leslie would probably checks the area out because
Okay.
he's not stealthy.
Arya will eavesdrop. She's ready.
I think I'll go with Arya to help eavesdrop.
I guess I'll check the area. I was gonna say I could eavesdrop, and then like if
With
I get
your
caught,
best
just
friend.
drop dead, like drop dead. But then, I will go scouting.
The bones are noisy though. Everyone will know you're there.
I can't control it. It looks bad. Like
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
Strategically, it's better if you scout the area.
Just walks up and like, you're leaving me with them again.
Wait, we're splitting the party.
He can't feed you if he's moving.
True. All right, scout in the area it is.
So, to make it clear and to make it known, Arya and Thatcher are going to eavesdrop, see what's going down, figure out what the tea is, while Leslie and Andy are going to scout the area. Okay. So, who wants to go? Which team wants to go first? Which team? Who's going to go?
Scouting first.
Scouting. Okay. I hear scouting. The tea droppers.
Eavesdroppers first.
Eavesdroppers first.
Okay.
Okay.
Tea droppers though. That's going to be a new one.
I like tea
Yes,
droppers.
I like that better.
Eavesdroppers, Evers.
Although I feel like tea droppers are the people that are talking because
Tea
they're the ones dropping tea.
Yes.
Ooh, that's nice. We'll do the scouting area first because that's a pretty easy roll or two. So what we will do for this scouting mission is for Leslie and Andy to roll a dexterity and an intelligence.
Oh, that's fantastic for me.
Okay.
I was like, oh, please not strength.
Anything but that.
Whereas I'm like, please, strength.
Ooh, that's a really bad roll for me. I got a
That's not bad.
5.
Five.
I got 7.
7. All right. Well, I'm going to come back to you two.
Oh no.
I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to you
I'm in
two.
danger.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to you two. I'm going to come back to you two.
Problems have arrived.
Yep.
You are now in danger.
Yep.
I'm
100%.
I'm
Your
gonna
bones are in danger.
We have not even gotten to the town. We're just on the road. This is the adventure that we're having as our tea droppers slink around the corner. I need you to both also make a dexterity and intelligence checks. Please.
Okay, what's my intelligence again? Okay, that's a D6. Shouldn't be terrible.
Let's see, dexterity and intelligence. Okay.
Double 2s.
I got a 12.
12 and 2.
Well, yeah, because both dice rolled 2, so I'm like, that's like a 4, I guess, total.
I'm sorry, not 12, 11. 7 plus 4. How did I get 12?
That's fine. We got you. Okay. So Thatcher, you are on a mission. However, Arya, you smell it.
No.
Catnip. And and you can smell it. It was near Stella. And as you smell over, you take one look and you see that Leslie and Andy are looking around. But then you catch it, you follow it, you follow the smell. So instead of going with Thatcher, you find yourself distracted by catnip smell coming from Andy.
Oh. He's just like here, like all I'm thinking is like in the shadows, like just like in the anime, like Andy just like getting shuddered down the spine. You just see like those diamond glint in his eyes in the shadows, and Andy's just like, oh no.
Tragedy
I
is
was hoping
coming
it was
towards
gonna be that
you.
the catnip was with the
Heavy breathing.
medical books,
Yes.
and that
No.
Arya was about to find the secret compartment.
Yeah, but what was it? I think Arya, like you hear heavy breathing as like you're being sniffed. Like,
Arya, buddy, no.
I can smell it on you. You have it.
Do we have a spray bottle?
No.
There's no spray bottle right now, but Stella might have it in one of their compartments.
I think
Slow
Andy's just gonna be like,
pattern?
this is not the time or place. It's for your anxiety.
I don't even think Thatcher would notice that that Legato's gone. Like this is something that normally happens.
Your crew is not present, but you are by yourself right now, hiding behind a wall, and then you see them. Thatcher, in front of you. This is the scene that you see. You see a poor old frail man. Ears are pointy and they're kind of small. This looks to be one of the halfling folk that have, they live everywhere. And you can see him kind of like knobbly going, but I don't understand why you must park our ship so close to the entrance. What if the monsters come out of the hole? And you see this really tall, suave, debonair, handsome woman in piratey looking gear, but they're not a pirate. They don't have the same pirate accoutrements. No, they're a biker, like looking pirate with a nice trench coat and everything. They go, it is fine in case of the monsters. At least sorry about that. At least we have a getaway car so close by. I will be there and you'll be here. I will let you, explore. Beside the old halfling man, you see another halfling looking like a treasure hunter as well, eyeing this handsome lady up and down, going like, I don't know about this. This doesn't look good. And then a cough. We don't have much time. We have to go into the cave, Papa. And you see a very sickly looking halfling beside them. Very well. I will stay out here to wait for your return, as Papa, the halfling man, looks to the biker lady. And then suddenly you hear a meow
Oh no.
from the other side. And the biker lady, we have guests. 4 pairs of eyes look around the corner, and Thatcher, I need you to make a dexterity for your life, sir.
Oh God.
Just straight
Also,
dexterity.
no hydrate.
Straight dexterity.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
It's gonna be fun. Okay, that's all right. 5. It just rolled one dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a
Well-
5.
5. Easy enough. As you hide behind and you're stiff a little bit, they didn't quite see you, although you hear heavy footfalls coming your way.
Okay. I think Thatcher is gonna try to stealth his way back to the party and at least get to them to say, like, they're not like there's nothing wrong with them. There seems to be someone sickly. They seem to be stranded. Let's talk to them. See what we can kind of like make a deal happen. Like there don't got to be no bloodshed.
Arya is obsessed with this catnip right now, and it's like,
And it's just like,
catnip,
"Stop it!"
Andy. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want it.
Like Andy's on the ground, just like, no.
Arya's like trying to find the pocket that has the catnip in it. It's like,
if anyone pulls around the corner, they just see this crazy cat lady on top of the skeleton.
I feel like
looking for
by the time Thatcher gets there and sees that, he's just like, yep, the usual. It's okay. It's all right. I think he'll look towards Leslie like, so this is what's about to happen. We got some friends coming by. I mean, they might be friendly. They one of them seems to be sick. They seem to be stuck. Let's have a chat with them, and then maybe we can come to an agreement for the treasure that they got, or maybe the treasure that they're trying to find, because they mentioned a cave around. You know, gotta pick through this land a little bit, find something good, and hey, we could probably get some good some good treasure, get some gold, fix up your spork right there. Let's just play nice for a little bit.
Leslie, you have been paying attention a little bit more than what is happening with Arya and Andy and the catnip, as you have found an entranceway that's just kind of half covered with metal, and it does look like a cave situation.
There's a door over there. Guys, if you could stop trying to get the drugs.
Andy's
Stuff.
face first on the ground, just giving up.
what was it? Arya looks up with the bag of catnip like in her mouth, like, I got it. And she like takes it out, and she's like, and she just takes a big sniff, like.
And he's just like, just on the ground, like beaten, like Yamcha style, just like,
Like medic. Wait,
I
you
am
are the medic.
The heavy
I
footfalls.
actually do pull out my water and pour a little water in my hand and start flicking it at Arya. Like, I'm
She's like, I'm putting it in my pocket. Hold on. She like gets off. She gets off of Andy, so Andy can at least get up.
need help.
And he just gets up and just like, I'm never buying you catnip again. That was for your anxiety, but I guess you're not getting any more from me.
What do you mean it worked? I'm not anxious anymore.
Just like,
Did the job. I'm confused.
The moment that this has happened, of course, the tall, handsome lady is standing right beside you, Thatcher, and goes, "Friends of yours?"
Yeah, friends of mine. They're crazy, but they're friends. How you doing though? My name is Thatcher Holloway. What's your name?
Thatcher Holloway. Very nice to see you. I am, you might have heard of me. I am Rexalia, mercenary extraordinaire, driver of this beautiful, fine transport, and an amazing adventurer for the sickly and in the need.
Would Thatcher have known about them?
No.
I think he kind of looks at her, like kind of eyes her up and down, and just like, I may have heard of you. You just, in passing. You may have heard about me though.
You can make a spirit check at double time to see if they do.
We're gonna do that. How would I do that? Just roll my spirit once, or
Yeah, we'll roll your spirit once. No, you're twice because double time. Yeah.
Oh, double time.
Double time.
My spirit is a D6. I need another D6. Yeah. Where are you at? We'll take you. Oh, 9.
Absolutely. They have heard of the Thatcher Holloway. Your name is well known up here in the skies islands of Ilmarinen, because for the past year or so, you have a camel that has all these cyborg parts that you were able to save and rescue and bring back. You are well known for this up here. You're also very well known at finding the good stuff when it comes to treasure hunting. And even though you were accompanied by a ragtag group of individuals of multiple different kinds of skills, your name is well known alongside a bard of some sort. And it is this bard, this very minstrel, that Rexalia goes, Huh. Huh. Looks at Andy. Huh. And then you see Leslie. Ah. Multiple emotions are in those ahs. As coming around the corner, the feeble old halfling goes, "What is going on here? Rexalia, you said you would. Oh my goodness, is that a cat on a skeleton?"
There's stranger things out in this world, ma'am. Like, don't worry about this. This is just how they play.
Uh,
To be fair, I'm just getting off of Andy. They had something that I really wanted to like shoves the catnip in a pocket.
This is how they This is how they play and negotiate.
and he just stands up and just goes, I made a calculated error. It was calculated. Boy, I was bad at math.
This is how they play, negotiate, and express themselves.
Arya like fixes her hat like and straightens herself up and says, "Arya Legato, at your service." And she like gives a huge
A
bow and a
flourish.
flourish.
Legato, more like Legato drug problem.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can stop whenever I want.
I love that.
Sorry, probably stop.
I do puns a lot.
I will not break anymore, please.
You haven't even made it halfway yet. Who are you kidding?
We haven't even made it to the town yet.
Yeah.
We're at the first encounter.
All the townsfolk are like, "What's that fireball over there?"
That's a
They say the
raging
first cut is the
storm.
deepest.
Oh boy. So what is happening here is three halflings are looking specifically at Arya now that they have done the flourish. The sick one goes, "They're well known. Pappy, it's your favorite singer." I know.
Have they
And
heard of my
the ranger looking thing. When Leslie, you speak, they look like it's just who's who and what's what and Scooby Dooby Doo, where everybody's looking at each other, eyes of glow, and there's that awkward
Spider-Man
moment.
style?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. There is that moment of just complete awkward confusion before Rexelli goes. I was hired here to be the getaway driver for these individuals who were planning on going into this cave. Mr. Romulus here points to the older halfling, and the moment you hear Mr. Romulus, all of your ears perk up. This is one of the wealthiest halflings in the known realm of Farrell. Why is he here? And this halfling goes, "Oh, please don't use such pompous names. I am Roger Romulus. I like to make things. But for now, I am here because I have hired Rexalia to help my dear niece." And you see the sickly halfling go, "They want to go on an adventure, but they caught a cold. And Rexalia mentioned that this cavern is a fairly easy one to traverse. I am interested only in this cave because apparently there are mana stones in there."
Ooh.
Like Andy when he had like magic mana stone just rolls their eyes like, all right.
Before we deal with those mana stones, I mean, we could probably assist with helping you that. Andy, is there anything you could do for the young one?
With her permission, of course. I will not force medicine onto the young one, but if with the uncle's permission, adult's permission, I would love to do a checkup.
Jesus, so
You see Roger turn over to their niece. "See, I told you should have gotten your checkup before we came out. It wasn't that bad. I don't Here, you can. Are you going to give the good skeleton doctor permission? In this moment, the kind of treasure hunter sort of halfling looks towards at you, Thatcher, and go, you can certainly join us. I heard this was an easy excavation through the ruins, so if you all would like to come, you might as well. I was supposed to go in there with looks over to with my cousin, but yeah.
The more the merrier, I say.
And
Any
I'm
mushrooms
always
in this
happy to
cave?
meet a fan, and she like goes to the person who like recognized her and like shakes their hand and is like very much like, "Hello, it's so lovely to meet you. Which songs of mine have you heard?"
You see Roger Romulus goes, I have heard of the aria of the blossoms. I have heard of your aria of Scooby Dooby Doo. I have heard your jingle and your jangle of the bangles of melons.
You've heard so many. I can't. You'll be the first to hear my ballad of Pharaoh as soon as I write it.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, I love a good jaunt. Oh. And then you see the halfling who's sick go turn towards Andy and say, if you could please, I would like to adventure. Pappy brought us all the way over here from the Skyport. It wouldn't it would be nice if you could Achoo! Help a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm not contagious, I promise.
I feel like Thatcher would take out a handkerchief from one of his pockets and hand it to him, like, for your nose. Take like this for you.
You hear the through the nostrils as, cartoon anime style as the handkerchief goes up in the air, and it's kind of gross. And they almost give it back to you.
No. That is yours now.
And they put it back away.
Yeah, I would love to heal. I have healing and first aid. First aid would probably be the best one because it relieves status effects for an hour,
Absolutely. Go for it.
which is intelligence and spirit.
Yes.
That is a 13.
It is remarkable what you can do with just a little bit of a herbal medicine and gumption. As you administer first aid, suddenly no one says anything about it to Andy, but the light in the cracked portion of their face where their skull is shines bright and pink in this like dewy kind of like healing glow, and it reaches down to the individual the moment they administer, of course, said potion to the sickly individual, and for a moment a pink glow surrounds the affected individual, and they go, oh my goodness, this is so good, it tastes like cherry.
Yeah, I tried a banana one recently, and then no one would try it. Like I gave it to Thatcher when they had a really bad cold.
Best.
But they weren't too keen on it. So then I made cherry.
Banana's not a good flavor for a lot of things. I chugged it down just to feel better, but not your best curation. Not your best curation, Andy.
I'm working on it. I will have more medicine made for you shortly.
You're doing good, though. You're doing good. I appreciate it, though.
Leslie, you were saying something.
I says because Thatcher's a whip. Banana's the best flavor.
Now, it's not a wimp knowing what you like and don't like. It's having taste in a profile.
Don't tell me about tasting a profile.
You know what we need? A song.
You see Roger go, oh my goodness, it's a song. Rexalia, help me up on the ship. As he like very slowly and shakily walks towards the ship. And you see Rexalia, yes, sir.
It's okay. This is my gang. That's your gang. We'll all get along together. You will come to either like them or learn how to tone certain things out. It's going to be a fabulous time.
I'm out here with this gentleman, and that leaves two halflings as Rexalia moves towards the ship. That leaves two halflings who one of them who is like chugging this potion down like it's nothing, and then wipes their mouth off, and then you see them burp a little bit. Let's go.
Right.
All right.
The cave entrance to your side is nice and open. It's enough that as you walk through, there's 15-foot walls on either side of you, and you see a trail kind of wandering in towards the halfling inside in front of you. The hunter looking one says, "Hey, I'm Ross, and this is my cousin, Monica. Neither here or there related to anyone."
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Wait one moment there.
And they walk through. Monica goes, "I'm still new at this whole adventuring thing." Ross goes, "Yep." Just doesn't say anything. Just yep. Uh, and they scout ahead a little bit, and then they look back towards you guys. Are you guys coming? You going to stay here? What? As you look down the pathway, it is dark in there.
Arya
But
has lifted her lute over her head and is playing her lute and is like walking and singing because she assumes they're going to do the thing. So she is like, in days of old, in a kingdom bold, there lived a fearsome dragon, and the king he was in great distress, and the country's spirits flagging. And like she keeps going, like, into this funny story about a knight who slayed a dragon. Like it's a song, the variation of it. So
from outside, you hear claps of laughter and an old man going, "I never thought you would sing for it. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, they get so lucky."
I think Thatcher is now coaxing Stella along with another apple, and Sarah like, "Come on, girl, we're going on another adventure."
You see Stella
Pull up
plod
my lantern.
along. You pull up your lantern and you look ahead. Can I get you guys to make intelligent checks for whoever is looking ahead? Just make one roll.
oh yeah, Arya's not paying attention. She's busy focusing on herself.
I will roll an intelligence check.
I think Thatcher is used to multitasking with Stella, so he can be able to look out while doing it. Ooh.
And if needs be, I can also switch my eye patch to my other eye, because the eye that's under the eye patch is already attuned to being dark. Like a
5.
pirate.
Mine
taught him.
Okay, 3 and
is
5.
just my eyes are glowing as I'm walking through, so it's like headlights.
Yeah.
I got an 8. These bullet dice are putting some work in.
Bullet dice. I have a D6 that's a bullet. I love it.
Nice. All right. So I've got a 3, a 5, and an 8.
Yes.
And Arya's not paying attention to it.
Arya's not
I'm a
paying
distracted cat.
Fully distracted. Okay. So
Her ego has been stoked.
We need
Absolutely.
theme music as we're walking.
Oh yeah, I mean I can sing the rest of the song if you want. Like this is an
Kronk.
actual song that I know.
yeah.
So like she's just playing her lute, singing along, like and singing it like until one day there came a knight. He was handsome, bold, and charming, and he slew the dragon with the sword with a smile that was so disarming. With a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no, a smile that was so disarming. And like she keeps going to tell the story of the of this knight and the king who wind up. Yeah, it's a very interesting song, but it does get into some PG-13 territory. So I'm gonna leave it at verse 2 because that'll be where we keep it clean.
Sounds
So,
good.
but I will post the song.
Yeah, no, please
New
post
story.
it. Feel free to post it into the group chat.
I'm gonna be
group
listening to
thread.
that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
it's
the-
the
in-
lyrics. You can read them, but like
Yeah.
the melody is pretty simple. So
Perfect. The singing really gets to everybody, including the new adventurer named Monica, who you can see them tapping along the way, not paying attention to anything. But Thatcher, you and Ross are looking at every gosh darn thing. And Andy, you're looking behind because caves, people, music, loudness. You've traveled with enough people to understand that there could be a trap up ahead. And as you do so, you clamber through this graveyard of metal and mesh and stone. And as you clamber over piles of different metal pieces, you hear a snap, almost like a string, and a whoosh, and the whistling sound of an arrow going through the air as it could kind of clangs through there and pauses just in front of Monica. And Monica goes, oh! Up ahead, you see an elf standing. Halt! Who goes ahead?
Think
Us.
Thatcher will be the first one to step up. Be like, "Hey, how's it going? It is Thatcher Hallway with his merry band of misfits and adventurers. It's nice to meet you. Who's this that is speaking to us?"
The elf looks at you, frowns. Huh. All right. No one sent you?
Or were you expecting
He went to give his
someone?
grandparent.
No. I heard the singing from a mile away, and no one usually comes out here.
Oh, that thing is from our lovely bard right here.
We're them in tights. We roam around the forest looking for fights. We may look like pansies, but
I think Andy's like, okay, no, not the time. Like Andy's just like, not the time right now for the speaking time.
What? I'm in the middle. Oh,
Oh,
this is the best part. All right.
I'm sorry. Later, I will stay up late and listen to all your songs. I promise.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you better not be paying attention to your large print romance novels while I'm singing, though. That would be a little weird.
I don't. I have the one. As their eyes just shift slightly in the corner like pizza slit. I have the one, and you have it. It's fine. I will listen to your singing
Does
while I
anyone
make.
ever have just one?
Don't worry about it.
As you can see, we are no threat to you. Like, we are barely a threat to anyone.
The elf will look and go, I am certain that you are no threat, but you are a threat to my mental state as I am trying to process everything that has just been said. And there's kind of like a robotic tinge to them as they speak. The two halflings pause and look. We thought no one lived down here. We heard this was a good place to go adventuring and looking for mana stones. Mana stones. Huh. So that is what you are after. You are not after the core. Good,
I'm
very
after
good.
mushrooms.
I can show you the path to where you may find such shiny things of no importance. Come.
Oh, what's this core that you're talking about? Like, you haven't really told us about who you are, friend. What's your name? What's this place? Like, this is unmarked territory right now.
I need you to make an check using your intelligence and your spirit, as you are coming across someone who is obviously a scout or some sort of guard who, at this moment, as far as you know, for the past 15 minutes of walking through that tunnel, wasn't known about. And it wasn't even in front of the halflings. Like the halflings didn't even tell you about this individual whatsoever.
Okay. That's a 10.
10. With a 10. Okay. With 10, you see that they pause a little bit. This is slightly difficult in terms of trying to get them on your side because they don't trust outsiders, obviously, from the way they look at you. And they pause for a moment. I understand you don't know or are aware of the core, but the core is a sacred spot, and you must not go near it. I am Icarus. You may call me Icarus. Yes, that is. There's a moment in the
Ooh.
glitch.
Can we call you Icky for short?
I do not understand. I am Icarus.
We
Icarus.
have a hydrate in chat.
I feel like Andy would just like go up to her and just be like, just let it happen. Just let it happen. Just don't worry about it. Just smile and nod. Just let it happen.
Did we notice that glitch that just happened?
Oh yeah, anyone who is being paying attention will notice that there's a glitch in the way they speak.
I feel like that was a barb at me for not decidedly not paying attention.
A little, but no way. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. We're building a story together. So this is fun. This is so much fun. We haven't even gotten to the town.
I know.
I'm en-
What Leslie's worried about is, are there mushrooms in this cave?
There
I'm
are.
enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no. So to kind of lay the scene of where you guys are, the 15 minutes that you took to get down here before an arrow shot towards one of your halfling friends led to an opening of a sort. The walls have kind of are made out of metal. It's made out of metal and earth that have compiled against each other. Parts of it, the wind is whistling through like a sound throughout, because parts of the metal obviously leaves open holes for them to go through. So there are whistling bits here and there. Further in, though, where the dirt has kind of clumpered over, it looks like little ponds are everywhere within this side of this kind of strange cave. The openings themselves are about 60 feet tall all the way around, like in a concave shape, like so. Like you're in a bowl, essentially. And then where they stood, there's a pile of rock, a pile of rubble, and ancient metal beams that have obviously crashed from some sort of ship, forming this kind of hillside. And then just in between the shallows of the ponds and things like that, little bits of mushrooms are growing out from the ground, little bits of rust, like rusted water is also floating up, because when metal rusts and everything like that, I've noticed that it does rise up. It's far more buoyant than the water itself. So the water is not clean in this space, obviously. But you also notice, like, wherever the mushrooms are, it's kind of like a glow just kind of sits and hovers in between the cracks. A tree branch has kind of, you can see like a tree branch poke out from the top, the further away you are. A tree branch has kind of broken through one of the cracks in the wall, and you see kind of like another opening through that tree side. And it is kind of from there, just on the other side. Obviously, we don't have a map, so you can't see this, but when we get to it at some point, you will see it, and you will get the map yourselves as well. For the DMs in the group, you will get a free map from me.
Yay!
Over onto this side, you see that there's another mound that has been obviously built, and obviously kind of like hidden to make it look like it's part of this bowl shape, but it also obviously does not look. And the glitching Icarus looks at you and goes, I can take you to the path where the mana stones lie, so long as you leave this place without going to the core.
Andy, have you
Yeah?
come across someone like this before?
Well, I do study about different species and everything. Would I have come across them before? I judged it right when you had a drink of water, because I am keeping you on your game.
Are you awake?
I talked a lot just now, so I'm like, oh, I'm parched.
Yeah.
can you please go ahead and, because I don't know myself, so this is the fun part, intelligence. And then I'll give you your DC because, like I said, I'm not quite sure. Your difficulty level is a 9.
I only have an 8 in intelligence, so I can't beat that.
You can roll it twice.
Oh, I'm rolling it twice. Oh, okay. I didn't
How's
know
that?
that. I just like, there's no way I can beat a 9.
Sorry. You can roll it twice. Intelligence times 2.
While they're
Yes.
rolling, would I know if these mushrooms are edible or are they poisonous?
You can also roll an intelligence plus spirit for your cooking knowledge.
I got a 6, so 4 and a 2.
Okay, so you had a 6. This is okay, cool. Okay, we can do something with that. Give me a second. Okay,
I got 9 for my mushrooms.
these mushrooms are edible.
I harvest some.
Most people wouldn't recognize it, but Leslie, you are aware.
I'm a food connoisseur.
Andy, this is your first time meeting anyone so lifelike and glitchy.
Oh.
This is your very, apart from Stella, who is chewing their cud, going and not glitching, but they have metal pieces embedded into them. So I mean, you know.
I guess Andy would be like taking out a notepad and like sketching out like the body that they're seeing in front of them and like how it's moving and everything, taking notes, and just look at Thatcher and be like, not in person. No, I have not.
Icarus, are you okay? It seems like you have a bit of a little.
You're
like-
glitching. You're glitching real bad.
I don't. That might be rude just to say out front, you guys.
She's the one that said it.
We might as well be honest.
The elf will look at you, Arya, and go, I am processing. You are a cat.
Last time I checked, yes.
I am Icarus. And the elf will walk towards you and stretch out their hand. And as they stretch out their hand, you see in between the lifelike kind of human flesh, metal pieces of what looks to be bone and wire.
Oh. She takes the hand and says, "Are you sure you're a what are you exactly? What do you call yourself?
I
Are you Icarus the elf? Are you Icarus the cat? Are you Icarus the frog, perhaps?"
I am neither cat or frog, of this I am sure. I am humanoid. Yes. I am humanoid. Although, if you say I am an elf, then I am an elf.
Well, I just said that as an example. I don't want to assume.
Ah, then I am Icarus. That is who I am. I am Icarus.
We have another hydrate.
I think Arya looks back at Thatcher like, I tried.
But I am also a guide. That is my role here. I must make sure that no one goes near the core. You will follow me.
How long have you been a guide here?
50 years.
15 or 50?
50 years.
Ooh.
50, it sounds like. It's a long time.
Yes, it has been a very long time, though I was sleeping for a good portion until they looked towards the halflings. You two look familiar. We're not familiar. We don't know you. And you see the two halflings hold on to each other. Monica goes, I'm done adventuring, and runs out of the cave.
Well,
That's not good.
Should we go after?
Well, Monica was the one who wanted to do this. It's supposed to be really easy. We had Icarus as a guide. I don't.
They're not our clients, though.
Like, I mean, Icarus, you weren't going to hurt them, were you? Or were you just?
I will not. No, I was here to guide to mana stones. That is what I am here for.
But let's talk a little bit more about you, Icarus. You said that you've been doing this for 50 years.
Yes,
How have you been alive that long? And where did you come from? Are there more people like you?
I am the last.
What happened to the rest?
He looks around the cave.
Did they become the mushrooms?
They are organic organisms. As far as I am concerned, they are unfortunately broken apart into pieces. I have done my best to bury them near the core, but some of them were unfortunately. You see a android hand kind of like resting on a stone. The more closer that you look,
Arya's eyes go wide, and she says in that weird stage whisper, "The mushrooms are people."
I do apologize. You keep on mentioning the core. What is this core?
it is the core. Would you like me to show you?
Would
Yeah.
that be all right? You said not to go near the core.
I can show you a picture.
That'd be perfect. Thank you.
Ross looks over. I don't know what happened to my sister, but I hear outside. You hear a whistling sound and a kind of very distant beep of a honk, almost like a honk honk of a horn. The look on Ross's face is like, "Are you kidding me?" You guys can go ahead. I have to go where my ride is. I'm sorry for this. I know you helped. If you ever go near Vakin, we'll be able to help you out and we can and compensate you for the healing. Just look for us. We're the big, huge mansion in the middle of the hill. Wait for me as he runs out the cave.
Thatcher just kind of waves them off.
We should. I wonder
Okay,
if we should-
bye.
I wonder if we should bring them back some mana stones in case we run into them again.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
That would be the nice thing to do, especially since Monica is so looking forward to going on this this adventure. And now,
Mhm.
well, I guess it's not an adventure for her anymore, huh?
They got to grow into it. That's all.
The guide Icarus looks at you. Yes, I have this way of putting off adventurers from going deeper.
I get that completely.
Mhm.
Andy's like, I get it.
I must guard the core, but I can show you the image if you so wish.
I would be honored.
You seem like a good lot. I quite like your singing. I heard it from a mile away. It is beautiful. I have not heard much singing before. As for mushrooms, I do not know what they taste like, but I do have taste sensors.
Oh,
Do you
I would
You
make
look
soup.
like a chef. I like your hat. Come, follow me. And the elf will abruptly turn. You can see once they turn around, they're not wearing a cape. They're wearing basically old tunics that have been kind of put together from pieces of whatever material they could find from the ruins of nearby. And you can also see parts of them have been welded in to form kind of like this plate armor that they have basically covered themselves in. So from the neck up, it's fully kind of elven looking, but then the rest of the body is basically metallic and robotic. And they lead you towards that weird obviously built out shape. And with one touch, they take their finger and they place it onto this kind of rune across the door. And as they place their finger there, you hear a subtle chime, and a door opens from where they've placed it. Come. Following this robotic figure into the space, you are greeted with more stairs going further down, deep into the ground. It's almost like you're going deeper and deeper into this island. And then Stella will go outside, take one look at the door, look at the puddles on the ground, look at you, Thatcher. Moo. Mm-mm.
It's okay, girl. You stay here. We'll be right back. Like, take a break. You did good, girl, today. Like, here's another apple. He'll throw her another apple with syrup on it.
They will take the apple, nod, and then you see the metallic legs go down as they will rest and wait until your return. You follow this robot big figure who stands at the door and waits for you to follow in. And as you do so, we will go for a break if that's okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
oh, voice behind the screen, we will call out to you. Please switch the screen so that we may stretch our legs and stretch our
And use
arms.
the bathroom.
And you and stop with the drinking of
Stop
water.
Water!
Mm. We will be. Do you guys want 5 minutes or 10?
5. Should be
5 is
fine for me.
fine.
5 minutes, please. 5. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are we feeling? Relieved? Because I know I
Yes.
am.
I had toast.
Um, just so that if you're tuning in, I'm Jammer Revan, and today I am joined by this marvelous group of beautiful people, and we are traveling through a realm called Farel, and we are 1000% in a cave right now with a strange individual named Icarus, whose only pronoun and name is Icarus, um, or Icky for some people. That said, you guys are going ahead into this cave, and as you do so, you see in the Ryuutama TTRPG Discord chat. If you want to go to spoiler number 2.
Finding it.
Spoiler number 2.
Spoiler number 2.
No. Yes. It's gonna make the noise though. It's gonna make the noise.
There is a wah, 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 wah,
My
wah.
inner nerd is so happy right now. Good player, not the
And you are,
artist.
I love the show. It's great, but we can't tell you what show it is, or else we'll get you know.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you find yourselves in this beautiful concave structure of wires and almost like metallic beams that have been stretched out. These beams kind of hold up this space, and then at the center there's like a console that Icarus leads you towards. Everywhere you see there are parts of different metal pieces and debris. Obviously he's gotten one corner of this particular space, though you can't see it very well, what looks to be metal boxes that he's kind of just lined up, and each one is marked with these are springs, these are, like, he's got like a huge alphabetical in order kind of wall of chests that he probably has different materials that he's been placing into a vault. He leads you to the center console and he taps a couple of buttons, and you hear a beep 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 boop, beep 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 boop, and you hear wah wah wah. Spoiler number 1.
He's my boy. Sorry, got really excited. I have artwork of. I go to cons and find artwork of just him.
Yes.
He's my boy.
We are here, and he points to the head.
Oh.
We are here. The rest is buried deeper. The core, and he zooms into the central part of this strange automaton that you do now see in holographic format, this strange technological wonder that you have only heard about, but haven't really been able to interact with until this moment. The core lies at the center of my friend. You cannot go there, but the mana stones that you seek are in the left armpit.
Oh, the left armpit.
How
Armpit
did your
shots.
friend get buried?
We do not know. It was an ancient crash. Their leg is the one outside.
Do you? I do apologize, but do you happen to have like textbooks and reading stuff and like notes all about this? Please say yes. Just like the nerd in them is like, please, 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 please.
Icarus will look towards you, Andy, and go, "Oh, you are like me, but not quite like me. You are different, but that is okay. I am different as well. Come this way." And he will lead you
Looking at
towards.
Andy's just like, hell yeah. I'll catch up with you guys later.
He will lead you towards where he's got his like
I hope there's
vault.
some romance novels in there for you.
I
Uh,
tried everything.
Icarus turns around. You read romance novels?
They're so
Some
bad, they're good.
Someone left a cache of them here at some point.
What? Like they're alone now, right? Like they're just like they're like follow me, Andy would run, and he's like, oh, that's weird. I need that put on the side.
I do not understand this thing you call romance, although the holographer has some interesting material. I have watched a movie called P.S. I Love You. It was very sad, I think,
Uh,
but
I do it
I've
for research
enjoyed it.
purposes.
Indeed, I too want to understand human emotion. Though, again, like I said, most people do not come here to visit. I tend to turn them away and scare them.
To be honest, same for me. I tried to open up a clinic, and let's just say that did not turn out well.
Humanoids.
Am I right? I get like just walking like, you know, I don't want to be racist.
It is not it is an observation of which we are pointing out certain observations of.
They're just
I
kids,
believe this is an uncomfortable
yeah,
situation and conversation of which I do
yeah.
not have part. Let us show you the books.
Yes, I would appreciate it.
This is the USB ports.
The what? Just, yeah, like
The question
You
now is it USB-C or just regular USB?
There are USBs
Or just straight up
and
USB.
USB-Cs. There's even scan discs, old.
do you have
Like floppy
paper?
disks?
Do you have paper like a book?
Unfortunately, these are all that was remnant from my friend. However, like I said, adventurers have come by here over the past 50 years and they have dropped many things, many garbage, many recyclables, of which I have stored faithfully in case they return.
Why do they just drop their stuff and leave?
I believe I scared them in my initial. Don't worry about it. This way.
Don't worry about it. I think like Annie's like, I agree with you, but at the same time, what?
I looked a lot less friendlier than what I look like now. This is a synthetic skin I was able to program from the holographer 25 years ago.
Oh, synthetic skin. Do you know the compounds into making a synthetic skin? And is it actually like could it be used for any humanoid? Does it have to be robotic?
I mean, certainly we could test it, although I don't know how it would work with organic material. However, they did drop these, and they will take you to a couple of vaults, and there are books. I have organized them based on genre and type, as well as alphabetical order. There are also some spell scrolls, of which I think some people appreciate. There was also this one magical instrument, but I do not play instrumental music.
Ooh, what?
There is no such thing as magic, my friend. Only
I-
science.
Whoa, we're talking about an instrument here. I feel like that's a little more important, at least to me.
Oh my goodness, they are fast. Where did they come from?
Yeah.
You
Okay,
were
I
with them.
we were in the same room or not.
No,
You are-
Andy went by themselves.
Okay, my bad. I thought we followed.
Yeah, we did.
Well, you guys tell me, did you follow this strange Icarus person and leave Andy to their own devices, or did you explore the holographer?
I think as Icarus and Andy have wandered off, I think Thatcher started kind of poking around at things because this is like a treasure trove, a mine, like just a large mine of lost objects, like lost artifacts, things like that. And he's looking at the schematics of this giant machine like thing that's in the ground. He's just like, how did it get here? And in his mind, he's thinking about where they just traveled across, like this graveyard of other machines. And he's just like, how did all that get here and you're still intact underground? What happened?
If that's the case, and I don't think Arya would have like followed Andy unless invited, which is decidedly
Leslie did.
but there is I had to draw a line somewhere. I can't just follow you to the bathroom and be like, I'm coming too. But anyway.
Rats do it all the time.
I know. But instead she gets excited by the buttons on like the console. And so she starts
Are there red
she like
lights?
starts pushing them, and when she finds out they make noise, she starts pushing them to the tune of hot cross buns.
Leslie would 100% follow Andy and Icarus because there's potential that there could be old forgotten recipes among these archives.
Yeah, and like Andy would hear about the musical instrument and be like, well, since you don't play music, would you be okay if we take it for our companion that you've heard their lovely singing?
I would. Hold. And they turn their head. Someone is playing with the holographer. The companions did not follow us. I thought they followed us. But this one, with the strange metal spear, is with us. Unfortunately, I am sorry if I am rude in my assessment of your character. Mr. Are you
Leslie.
a Mr.? Oh, Leslie. You are a Leslie. You are a Leslie. You are a Leslie. You are a... One moment. I am good now. You are a Leslie. I am a Nicorus. It is a pleasure. The same synthetic hand reaches out towards you, Leslie, and you do see this
Give him a
same
firm handshake because I'm a man.
that crushes my wires a little bit. I will need to fix myself. But it is a pleasure to meet you. You have a very firm grip. But your friend is playing a very interesting tune. It sounds like my childhood. Did I have a childhood?
What is a childhood?
Cross buns. Hot cross.
Husbands. The
Trauma's
recorder.
breaking
The recorder.
There is suddenly noises coming from deep within this particular machine that you have found yourselves into. This home for this individual who is obviously not very used to having people over. The vaults that you're looking at, Thatcher, to resolve that, please roll me an intellect check twice. Or, yeah, no, actually, roll me a hunting check. Yeah, because you're hunting for treasure. And for your hot cross buns, can I please get you to roll me? Oh goodness.
Oh no.
Can you please roll me for your morale and your dexterity? Spirit check and a dexterity.
Okay, dex check and then spirit. So I think spirit was my 6.
Yes, please.
Yes, that was another 6. So we'll roll a d6 and a d8. Hot cross buns.
I got an 11.
11. Investigating. Sorry?
That's a 9.
9. Okay. 9 and an 11. So on an 11, Thatcher, you found the mother lode. It is incredible what you can find. This individual, Icarus, they have laid out almost like based on era. For whatever rhyme or reason, they're very meticulous on how they did this. Based on era, they have meticulously laid out different weapons in alphabetical order, starting from the oldest to the newest. And amongst these items, what is something that Thatcher would be like, can I take this? Is this okay for me to take? Because I want it. What is something that would get Thatcher going? Because you have found the mother lode of all of these different adventurers who were freaked out by this poor soul who has just been out here taking care of this space.
I feel
You've got
like
to hydrate in chat.
Thank
I
you.
feel like he'll be attracted to something that looks mundane looking, but gives off this essence of power or something that gives off this essence of heavy magic. Like if you were not in tune with that within the world of magic, you would fly by it. But because Thatcher has been doing this for a while, I think he would lock onto it and he would find a lamp. And he's just kind of like, oh.
You find this ornate looking lamp. Now, I want to make sure that we're both on the same page. Are we thinking genie of the lamp, or are we thinking lamp that is like a hood lamp?
You said a lamp that's like a
Genie lamp, or the kind of lamp that you use in Witcher where you have to hold it up?
more like Witcher.
Okay. You find this really mundane looking lamp, but etched into the metal of the lamp, you see different markings. You actually recognize these markings to be something that ancient explorers used to use to light their way, especially at night. And with just a word, for example, the word dim, the light will dim, and will change color. It's like an LED light in a lamp.
We have another hydrate.
Please, we just had a break. Please, there's only so much my spleen can take. Save our bladders. Donate today.
Geek just went, nope, not mine.
Donate today. We are doing this for Make-A-Wish Foundation to help kids' dreams come true. Please, instead of asking us to drink heavily water and other liquids and bathroom breaks, please take a look at that.
Most of these are coming from James.
Dang it, James.
I feel like this is payback towards Moon.
I feel like I have been
Yeah, it's probably my
betrayed.
fault. One of them was my husband. One of them, I will admit, at one point earlier before the last break was me.
Uh-huh.
One of them was my brother.
Uh-huh.
Hilarious.
So it's probably my fault.
So the truth is coming out. We
It's a
understand.
whole family gathering.
Conspiracy. Great.
I think Thatcher would look at this lamp, and I wonder if I could put a little spin on it.
Absolutely. Go for it. Tell me what you got.
Geek Baker's having issues with their mic as well as their camera.
I think Thatcher would look at it and understand a little bit more. If I could find, like, if I could roll for it,
Yeah.
would this lamp be able to like summon the light out, almost like a familiar that's able to fly around and light the path as you're moving, or light something over a small distance?
Actually, since I'm in the room also, just kind of playing hot cross buns. I mean, she's gonna get bored after a while, so that's gonna stop. She's probably like sitting on, like now she's doing the cat thing of sitting on all the buttons you're not supposed to sit on, so she's sitting on the counter. But if she catches sight of this lamp, I actually have a thing called knowledge of tradition. I don't know if that is going to help.
Absolutely.
Lamp. Or
Oh
not.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, that will definitely help to identify the lamp. Now that you have bound it away from the holographer and the musical melody that you have just created, of which we will find out what you have unleashed upon the world.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, there we go. All right.
Woo! Yay.
Just
Welcome back.
Hooray!
Welcome back. Yes. Yes. Perfect. So you certainly can help Thatcher. How would you like? Let me just check your chat, your sheet. Sorry, I'm just looking for something quickly here. Yeah. Knowledge and then gain more info about the things you see in here. Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we can do. You can roll your intelligence, and we can say we can give Thatcher an extra intelligence roll.
Just one intelligence?
Geek Baker just redeemed a hydrate.
I'm gonna throw some things.
You know what? Next game.
You want
next
to
game.
antagonize the DM? Because that's how you
Next.
antagonize the DM.
I
I'm
believe-
sorry. She's
Mhm.
talking a lot. I
Uh-huh.
thought you would like some water.
Okay.
Ramshackle Wizard just
I
redeemed
appreciate
2
it.
bonus dice for charity.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hey, let's go. See?
Oh, 3
That's
bonus
nice.
dice for charity. Also, Geek Baker, I probably should let you know, Hawk reminded me, Andy would be on our Hear Me Out cake.
Fantastic.
Understandable.
Oh. We have 4. We have 4 bonus dice. So you know what? Let's see this.
I got a 5
Well-
on my die for this
For the
for the lamp.
Perfect. So 5. For Thatcher, please roll intelligence and spirit.
All right.
And then
Thank
add
you.
the +5 from Arya, who is helping you guys. Additionally, everybody has a bonus dice for charity. So you guys can roll at advantage. There is no advantage in Ryuutama, unfortunately, but if you roll a dice lower than 3, you can re-roll that dice and see what you get.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
that is a 5 + 5 + 5, so 15 in total.
Hey, yo, bueno.
I'm
So what would be?
in a bottle, gotta rub me the right way. Anyway, sorry.
Mhm. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide. I am a DM, and I'm starting to cry.
Oh.
Driving home from bananas. Oh no.
No. So this would have been usually a very difficult kind of check to make, but you find that this lamp, you touch a button, and then suddenly you hear tinkling of bells. You know, like in Legend of Zelda, and you have that fairy
Mhm.
that likes to follow you,
Hey,
or
listen.
Spyro.
Yep.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Yeah, that's what you hear coming
out.
out from this lamp.
And it's like I can imagine it's changing like all different colors. It's like having a little strobe moment of excitement. And I think
Does-
Thatcher will just
Go ahead. No,
I think
Thatcher
Thatcher would hold out his hand towards the little spirit, and it's just like, hey friend, how long have you been in here?
Mhm.
From over his shoulder, Arya bats at the thing.
Hey, be nice to the spirit. Don't slap it.
Sorry, I thought it was a bug. I didn't realize.
No. It is a friend. Be nice to him. It's
Right.
not something for you to swat.
Spirits are friends,
Adventures
not
left behind
toys.
this
I remember.
this bottle. Any of them?
Sorry.
Have any of the adventurers left behind a spritz bottle? Because I feel like that's going to become really useful.
Mhm.
You're looking at the stuff that Icarus has led you to, but Icarus will look at you too. Please feel free to peruse said books and items. There are many materials here for you to look at. I do not understand if there is anything of use here for you, but hopefully you will find something. I must go back to the holographer. The secret code has been pressed.
Your secret code was hot cross buns?
I did not program the holographer with said secret code, but I must go before they come out.
Someone in chat is asking if my mic is working properly. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Andy will start looking around all the stuff and see if there's anything for him to grab or him to use, as well as pick up that magic instrument for their cat friend.
You find a couple of things while you're perusing this area with Leslie. Leslie, because you are looking specifically for a spritzer bottle, and for Andy, who is looking for basically anything that they can take with them back of research. You find a couple of things. Number one, there is a guitar, but it's not just any guitar or lute that you've seen before. It is sleek. It has black and white keys all along the front where the strings should be. There is almost like a couple of strange wires that are tapped to a box on behind it, and the box itself looks unused, but this is the magical item. It is basically a magical guitar for all intents and purposes. There's a magical guitar, yes. So pretty buttons to press and lots of fun stuff. That is the magical item that you find. You find also a whole bunch of books, and looking around the corner, there is a section of books with a lot of favorites that you have read at some point, but then also a couple of new books from a series of romance novels that Andy has been wanting to purchase, but they were too expensive, all new.
Shoot. And he's just like,
You need some help carrying those?
There's a series. Oh no.
You got to collect them all.
and you're like,
Whole
and it's
series.
like, they're right there, but also the biggest mouth is here. Just like, could you do me a favor, my very strong friend? There is a guitar type thing, which I think our lovely friend would like. Could you bring it back to her? And I will be right behind you.
I gotta look for recipes. A
Right.
spritz bottle. Just be hand.
There's a whole section of cookbooks nearby. Remember, this is all alphabetical order. There are cookbooks very close by. Andy has wandered to the R section of the genre. Just an FYI, which is very close to the medical section.
I guess I would. Well, is there any actually before we get to the romance, which I will be taking no matter what? Is there any medical one or about this robotics or anything that they've done, like the synthetic skin? Because that was really
Yeah. So you find like a whole bunch of robotic stuff, but they were taken out. But you also find that the books were not as read. Like it looks like it was taken out and then shoved hastily back as if it didn't have the information that they wanted, for
right.
whatever reason.
I'm going to grab those, and then while are my friends looking at cookbooks, I'm going to take some medical textbooks that I know of, remove the covers of them, and put them over my new smut books, and just shove them in my bag.
Dexterity, please.
Damn it! Well,
Well,
twice?
yes, you can roll twice, or you can use your bonus dice that our voice from beyond have kindly given you.
That is an 8.
Should I be making a counter roll? So I'm
Yes.
assuming she's trying to hide it from me.
Well, you're
Absolutely.
looking at cookbooks. Are you even paying attention to me, or are you just really focused on your cookbooks?
How noisy are you?
Not noisy. I'm being very stealthy about this. I don't want no one to know my shame.
Well, we know your shame already.
No, you know I had a book.
Single one.
My intelligence roll is going to go check for that later.
So
Dad is
my-
asking.
you are
Baker,
using your
anti phoning.
sorry.
No, they don't care about sex. They just enjoy the books.
Okay,
Moving
moving forward.
Made of bone.
Moving forward, guys. Let's
Yes, sir.
let's
Yeah,
refocus.
Yeah. Sorry.
What did you roll for your intelligence and your dexterity? Because you're spying on your friend while also looking at cookbooks.
Intelligence and dexterity is a 6. 6.
So you rolled a 6 and they rolled a 6.
I rolled an
So-
8.
Oh, 8. Perfect. They look up and you are looking at robotics. There's nothing going here romance wise. You are looking at robotics. It is normal to look at that. This is something that you would do. Yes, there is no romance here.
How much? Quick question. Because we also have to talk about like How much books did I just pick up from the series?
Roll me a d4.
Oh no. That's a 4.
You have picked up their last 4 in the series to complete the series, and one of them is the final book, and you've been waiting, but it's so expensive, and someone dropped this most expensive book in the middle of nowhere. This is like finding treasure, like expensive treasure in the middle of nowhere, of the literary and imagination fueled kind. For the cookbooks you find, Leslie, you find a couple of them. Some of them you
Mhm.
haven't read before, and some of them about stews and using mana stones to cook with.
Ooh.
I mean, worth reading, especially. So you can take those ones. Our friends
course.
with the cat, our friend the cat minstrel, and our hunter with the wispy thing kind of flying behind away from your cat friend, of course. But you can hear like dizzying like whispers in your ear, Thatcher, as this voice is like as they're kind of scared of Arya, who is trying to swat at them.
Arya, down. Leave
I stopped.
the friend alone.
I
Now
said
then.
it. I said it. I repeated it when you said it. Spirits are friends, not toys.
Exactly. Now I'm pretty sure there's probably a bunch of things in here that you know what? Don't swat anything in here.
There's a shelf filled with glass.
I won't
Yeah.
spot anything in here. And she walks over to the shelf.
Oh no.
Arya.
Some of the glasses are glass potion bottles of various kinds. Some of them have glasses of crystal of various kinds. And just as you are looking at them, behind you all, off to the side of this concave structure, a door opens and you hear beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. And you see strange looking kind of like box like things on the ground. And they go, and every time they move, it's almost like, have you ever seen a Furby?
Oh,
no.
Oh god,
Yes.
no.
No.
Oh no.
You see metallic Furbies, basically. Sorry, TM, I know. But this is the best way for me to visualize what these things look like.
For bows.
Furbows, yes, furbows. They're furbows. Got you.
Mhm.
Got you. Walking in, beep, 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 beep. And they are all singing that beeping song all the way through. And there's about 12 of them. And that is where we will end.
Oh no. The army of metallic Furbies. Run.
That's how we end up. Okay.
We will end there because we will try combat next session,
Oh, I'm
where I will
excited.
have a
Oh,
beautiful
no.
map for
Combat
all of
with
you to use.
furbows.
Oh no. Our nightmares feed me. No.
Those are all toys now. I just want to let you know.
Absolutely. 1000%. I think we are done. If you guys are good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thank you so much for DMing tonight. I
Yeah,
had a great
no problem.
time.
I hope
great.
so.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you guys have fun. For those of you who are watching, thank you for joining us here with Logomancy Media. We are doing this for Roll for Wishes. So I think the exclamation point fates. Is that right? Nope. I don't know the.
Exclamation
it?
point plates. Yeah, that should be doing it.
Yay!
Yay!
So if you
Hooray!
liked what we did, please do that, and then follow Logomancy Media everywhere, and also us, because we are going to be here at it again next week.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic. So I have been told by the voice from beyond to do a roundtable reintroduction to our lovely players. I am going to start with who? With the cat.
With
With
the cat.
Vixie Bell.
With the kitty.
With
This
the
is my character inspiration for my character. Anyway, hi everyone. My name is Vixie Bell, and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the Logomancy table. Thank you for having me. I was playing Aria Legato in this game of Ryuutama, and if you want to find me elsewhere, you can always find me over at the Pocket Dragon Pub Twitch channel, where I run games and play games. I've run a couple games for Logomancy. I know we've got another one coming up called Pico that I'm very excited about. And yeah, you can also find me on all the socials as at Vixie Bell. So at Pocket Dragon Pub or at Vixie Bell. That's where you can find me.
We will head off to Moon.
Hello, I'm Destin Moon. New player for D&D with Logomancy. I've done more Stardew streams as like a fill-in when D&D is unavailable. And you can find me at Destin Moon here on Twitch. I stream sometimes when my hyperfixation goes towards playing games streaming. It is all dependent on the ADHD and where it takes me.
Fantastic. To Blackwell.
Hey everyone, how you doing? My name is Blackwell, your everyman of the TTRPG verse and D&D verse. You will find me on Logomancy channel on Wednesdays doing the Frontier Adventuring Company. You should join us this coming Wednesday as we're on our season finale of the prequel series that sets how many years? 500? Is it
5,000?
5,000? I'm always missing a zero somewhere. 5,000 years ago. Come see us as we finish off that story. And you'll find me more around on the interwebs doing somebody's stream somewhere, playing somebody's game, just showing you that, hey, I'm a regular dude who's married. I got a son. You can do this too. I hope y'all enjoyed the story tonight.
Yay!
Yay, Pink Mike.
I love how nobody else can hear this, and it's just James speaking, so all we hear is Laura go, "Yay, Pink Mike!"
For those who don't know, I've upgraded my input and output system because my headphones were betraying me, and I got tired of my headphones saying disconnect as I'm wanting to talk. So now we've upgraded. Yes, upgrades.
Could you tell me the kind of mic you have, just out of pure curiosity, in our chat?
Yes, I will send you the link.
Yeah, thank you. And last but definitely not least, because they are definitely not least, is Geek Baker.
Oh look, I haven't been forgotten this time.
I would never forget you.
Oh no! Hi,
Anyway.
hi. I'm Geek Baker. I am playing our lovely Andy, who has now became somehow a romance binger. Which is so sad because I might have based it off myself, as I have in my cupboard in the back some really weird old romance books. 'Cause I think they're hilarious. You can find me on any social media with Geek Baker, on TikTok with Allison. I do a lot of streaming with Logomancy, as well as hopefully coming up this month or next month, we're gonna start back up our podcast for Roll for Beer, which is going to be very exciting. Also, yeah, on Wednesday, I am part of Blackwell's group, and we are doing our final thing with the lovely Chang Tolman, who is fantastic, and we will be playing our last session, and it's going to be emotional. We've already been told by our DM, prepare to cry. He's going to make every single person in the party cry. He has sent those vibes out. He has made TikToks on that. He has been planning. So if you would like to be emotionally scarred like we are, please tune in on Wednesday.
He could try to
We
break
also have
me.
another one last hydrate in chat.
Moon, that was from you!
Thanks, Moon. Thanks.
He can try to break us. He most certainly can try.
Oh, he almost broke me last episode. Are you kidding? I was like, don't cry. You got makeup on. Don't you do it. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Like, I was like, ugh.
And I have been your game master, GM of Revan. You can call me N. You can find me everywhere on Twitch and social media as GM of Revan. I am a map maker, content creator, game master, world builder.
That's all, folks.
We are going to raid New Age Geeks as we sign off for the night. This has been Logomancy Media, and this was Ryuutama, the Travelers Festival, although they haven't gone there yet.
No, we haven't even gone to the city yet. Next week.
Maybe
that's
by the end of the campaign.
We said side quest.
Fine. They'll be fine. And with that,
It's fine.
we're ending. We're done. We're going to say goodnight now. Bye.
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 I love how they have the stream of like nobody, like the voice, and like we're having a conversation with Jay.